Wait, before you skip this explainer, let me ask you just one quick question. Every single year, millions of people upload their very first YouTube video. And, every one of them starts with this huge dream, right? They're thinking, one day I'm gonna have millions of subscribers, or one day I'll make my family proud. One day this platform is gonna change my life. But then, just a few short months later, most of those people, they just completely disappear. So, what if I told you that the exact mistake you're making today is the exact same one that millions of others make, and it's the exact mistake that destroys their dream forever? Would you hang around until the end of this explainer to figure out what that flaw is? Look, what I'm about to share with you, it isn't just cheap motivation. It's the honest truth about the people who gave up halfway, and the actual secret of those who just absolutely refuse to quit. For the ones who quit, there are no more uploads, no more effort, no more dreams. They usually just leave behind one little sentence. YouTube doesn't work. But does it really not work, or did they simply give up way too soon? Well, it all really boils down to this one hard truth. You are exactly where you decided to be. Yeah, every single excuse, every little choice to stay comfortable, it all added up to this exact moment. Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the trap of comfort, the silent killer of dreams. You see, today, most people just want instant results. They'll upload maybe 15 or 20 videos, they get a few hundred views, and then boom, they completely quit. They somehow convince themselves that, well, maybe they just weren't lucky enough, or that the algorithm is secretly out to get them. But here's the reality. Successful creators aren't built by luck. Growth absolutely never happens in the comfort zone. If you're just staying in that safe little bubble, uploading only when it feels easy, you aren't really growing. You are built to climb the mountain it takes to build a successful channel, not just sit safely on the sidelines watching everyone else. Which brings us to Section 2, the impatience epidemic, the disease of instant results. So think about this for a second. If a farmer goes out and plants seeds today and then quits a week later because nothing has grown, is the field the problem? No, of course not. The problem is impatience. And guess what? YouTube works the exact same way. Step 1, you plant the seeds through hard work. Step 2, you water them with consistency. Step 3, you wait with patience. And only after all of that do you finally get to enjoy the harvest. And this brilliantly illustrates the difference. The quitter on the left expects instant results and complains that the whole field is broken. But the farmer on the right, they understand the sequence. They plant, they water, and they wait. The platform isn't destroying dreams. People are literally destroying their own dreams the very second they let impatience win. Moving right along, let's look at Section 3, motivation versus discipline, the spark versus the fuel. Look, motivation is fantastic. It's the spark that gets you started, but let's be real, it fades pretty fast. Discipline, on the other hand, is the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. Winners don't just work when they feel like it, right? Their goal is way bigger than their current mood. The world only ever sees the success of big creators. Nobody sees the sleepless nights they spent agonizing over scripts, or the endless hours of editing, or the thumbnails they redesign like 10 different times. And absolutely nobody sees the crushing disappointment they felt right before deciding to upload the next video anyway. That right there is the defining difference. Quitters look for excuses and sit out in the rain. Winners, they look for solutions and build ladders. Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. The power of consistency, turning average effort into extraordinary results. So if your videos are getting, say, 100 views today, please don't be discouraged. Really think about it. 100 real, living, breathing human beings actively chose to spend their valuable time watching you. If you were standing in a physical room with 100 people listening to you speak, you'd be absolutely thrilled, right? That is not a failure. Now, your job from here is actually pretty simple. You just make your next video a tiny bit better than your last one, then make the one after that even better. Listen, maybe your first 50 videos won't take off. Maybe even your first 100 won't go viral and change your life. But by keeping at it, learning, improving, and just showing up, those small actions actually build the creator you are meant to become. You get better with every single upload. So I gotta ask you a really serious question right now. Was your big dream only worth 30 days of effort? Because if the answer is no, then your effort and your patience definitely shouldn't last only 30 days either. You just cannot put a short-term time limit on a lifelong dream and expect the universe to just hand it over to you on a silver platter. Which brings us to the climax here, Section 5, the price of regret, the ultimate stakes of your journey. We all know success is never easy. You're going to feel tired, you'll definitely face criticism, and you're going to experience major disappointment. But I want you to take a second and imagine a meeting exactly 10 years from right now. Imagine sitting across a table from the person you could have become if you had just stayed disciplined. Let me tell you, that would literally be the saddest meeting you will ever have, looking deep into the eyes of your own unfulfilled potential. Look, the world only cares about your results, not your excuses. Yes, you'll upload videos that almost nobody watches, but those are the very moments forging you into a great creator. The exact day you refuse to quit during your hardest season, that is the day your success truly begins. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this incredible quote. The pain of discipline weighs only ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. So I want you to make a promise to yourself today. Promise yourself, I won't just work for views. I'm going to work to improve. I'll become better with every single video. I absolutely will not quit when things get difficult, and I won't stop until my dream becomes my reality. So the choice is yours. Will you choose ounces of discipline today or tons of regret tomorrow? Remember, the crowd always starts the journey, but history is written by those who flat out refuse to quit. Stop waiting for the stars to align and start creating your own light. If this explainer changed the way you think, hey, don't just leave. Subscribe to this explainer series, because we aren't just about motivation here, we're about building the exact mindset that helps you get right back up. Quitters make excuses, winners make progress. Keep working, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.